The truth has finally leaked, as there has been a ton of questions surrounding when Mitchell Robinson will be returning to the New York Knicks, as he is dealing with that injury management right now, which has led to the Knicks going in another direction with their lineups, specifically in regards to their big man situation. And now we're seeing the Knicks' long-term plan. We're seeing what's going to happen with Mitchell Robinson, and most importantly, we're seeing when Mitchell Robinson is going to be playing once again. And we're going to break all that down for you guys. We're going to jump right into the video as always. But real quick, if you are part of that 55% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Knicks update. We are trying to get out multiple videos every single day, and for the most part we will be. We're back on the road right now, but we're settled in, we're doing well, and we are getting ready to jump right into all this Knicks news, guys, because there is a lot to go over on the Knicks right now. I mean, look, here's the deal. There's been a ton of questions surrounding Mitchell Robinson all season long, which makes sense. Mitch has gone down with an ankle injury that has kept him out for the first couple games of the season, and once again, it will be keeping him out. That's what we're seeing with Robinson at the moment right now. We're seeing a man who just currently is dealing with that ankle injury, the same ankle that he hurt twice over and has had 2 operations on in his career. The Knicks are trying to be very careful with Robinson. He was playing in preseason and playing a lot, so there was some concern due to some pain and some swelling and some inflammation in that ankle that did lead the Knicks to ultimately deciding that playing Mitchell Robinson, well, it is a very, very dangerous risk that they are not at the moment willing to take. And that's understandable. I completely agree with the Knicks for doing that because the Knicks don't need Mitchell Robinson in October. They need Mitchell Robinson in the playoffs. That's what matters, but there's been a ton of questions on when he's going to return, and now we're seeing an update on that. As Dan Favale mentioned, that though the 27-year-old was ruled out for a 3rd straight game, or 5th straight if you count preseason, he reportedly traveled with the team on their current road trip. That isn't necessarily an attention grabber, but it's worth raising eyebrows when you consider the Knicks will only be away from Madison Square Garden for 3 total games. After playing in Miami on Sunday, New York heads to Milwaukee on Tuesday, and then Chicago on Friday. If Robinson is with them on this miniature Eastern Conference tour, it suggests that he and the team believe his regular season debut will happen within the next week. Now, we do have an update on that, and Robinson will not be playing Tuesday, which is when I'm recording this video. It's coming out right after I record it. He's not going to be playing against the Bucks. He already is ruled out, which likely means because of the way the Bucks use their lineups, the Knicks will once again be starting Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Ariel Hukporti for the 3rd straight time in those 4 games. The other starter was Deuce McBride. Deuce is questionable right now with a family matter, so because of that, there has been a ton of questions on if the Knicks are going to run back to starting 5, and they are. They're going to use Hukporti because, as Mike Brown said, he made it very clear, Brown, that he wants to go out there and that he wants to basically mirror the lineups. He wants it to be a situation where, all right, Mitchell Robinson's out, we're going to play Ariel Hukporti. If Jalen Brunson's out, we are going to play a point guard. Maybe it'll be Deuce just because he's Deuce. He's their 6th man. But at the same time, they're going to try to mirror the lineup. He's not going to try to make drastic changes. However, at the same time, we also saw Mitchell Robinson be out and Deuce start over Hukporti, but that's also because that basically, it was a small ball versus small ball type of game with the Celtics having a 4-guard set out there. And because of that, the Knicks ultimately decided to match that, and they played phenomenal basketball, ended up winning that game, which is wonderful. And because of all that, there has been sort of this look where it's like, all right, maybe this lineup actually works better. And if Deuce isn't playing, Deuce isn't playing, and he should take as much time as he needs. But at the same time, there is the question where it's like, okay, is this the lineup, or do we want to go in another direction? And if they want to go in another direction that's not Hukporti or Deuce, you do start to wonder what's going to happen because Gershon Yabusele has struggled mightily up to this point. So you do wonder, would the Knicks go smaller? Would they look at a Jordan Clarkson who's also struggled to a degree? There's a lot of different lineups the Knicks can use. Mike Brown loves the versatility on this team, and we are going to see a few different looks for sure. Now, Mitchell Robinson last playoffs was integral to this Knicks team, and if he's back, when he's playing, he's going to be starting with them unless he's put on minutes restrictions, which means some games he'll probably come off the bench. But for the most part, the minutes restrictions will mean that he'll play a certain amount of minutes as the starter and then probably not play the next game if it's a back-to-back, or sit the first game of a back-to-back depending on matchups, depending on what makes more sense. Mitch in the playoffs put up 5 points per game, 7 rebounds, blocked a shot, got a steal, shot 61% from the field, and also grabbed nearly 4 offensive rebounds a night. Robinson is that guy. We all know Mitchell Robinson's that guy, and he's integral to the Knicks winning games. Because of that, the Knicks are trying to find the right situation for Mitchell Robinson so they could use him and use him where he's most optimally going to fit, and that is in certain defensive matchups. He's there to be the best offensive rebounder in basketball and one of the best rim protectors in basketball, something that he has been before and that he is going to continue to be with this Knicks team. Because of that, we do see what's going on, and I do sort of like the Knicks slow playing Mitch. As Jonathan Macri mentioned, per cleaning the glass through 3 games, the Knicks have the 24th ranked offense and the 5th ranked defense, without Mitchell Robinson playing a single minute, as he jokes, just as we all predicted. So the Knicks defense has actually been great, and we see this. I mean, the Knicks, when it comes to offensive rebounds, they're 4th in the league with 15.3. With Mitch back, they're going to jump into that first spot. I mean, they're 1.2 offensive rebounds per game behind number 1, the Houston Rockets. And frankly, we all know that Mitchell Robinson's going to be getting more than 1.2 offensive rebounds a night, meaning the Knicks should be the best offensive rebounding team in basketball. Huck Porty has shown a good willingness to be an offensive rebounder. We've seen it with Karl-Anthony Towns, obviously. Guerschon Yabusele, for all where he's struggled, he has been pulling down some offensive boards. So right now, and also when we look at the rebounds per game, the Knicks do have the most rebounds per game out of all 5 of these teams in the top 5 of offensive rebounds per game too. The Knicks are crashing the glass very, very well. And we do see they've scored less points than all these teams, but that'll change with Mitch getting those offensive boards because they're going to get more possessions as well. The offensive rebounding is going to be a huge key, especially for those kick-out threes that Mike Brown absolutely loves, the spray threes, as he says, where you kick it out into the corner. So that's a great look for this Knicks team. And as James Edwards mentioned, Brown, on if he thought the defensive issues were point of attack or interior against the Miami Heat, he said we had a couple breakdowns defensively. When there was no one in the paint, it was breakdown in coverages. When we guarded the ball, we allowed the ball to get outside of us too much. Again, problems that Mitchell Robinson fixes because teams are going to be way more deterred to go inside. Here's the deal, and this is no shade towards Ariel Huck-Porty, but players see him and think, I'll attack him. I don't know much about this guy. What has he done in the NBA? People see Mitchell Robinson and they think, I'm not attacking the paint. He's going to block me. This is how this guy works. He's one of those guys you just don't attack. Mitchell Robinson, Rudy Gobert, obviously Victor Wembanyama. There's guys that you don't attack because you understand what's going to happen. You're not going to score. And honestly, Huck-Porty is a very good offensive or defensive low block defender as well. But the thing is, he's less known. So because of that, teams and players are still willing to attack him more. Mitchell Robinson also just is a better defender than Ariel Huck-Porty. So when we bring Robinson back, he is going to be changing the way that teams play offense against the Knicks, and it will lead to less defensive breakdowns just because Mitch is there. Now, this is not saying Huck-Porty hasn't had a good season thus far. He has. Right now, he's averaging 1 point, 3.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. He's doing what he does well. He's not really a scorer, but he's kicking the ball out well. He's grabbing rebounds. He's getting an offensive rebound a night. He's just got to get more confident in trying to score the ball. And obviously, that's something that does come in time, especially when you're the last pick in the draft and you're trying to find your way when you didn't play any rotational minutes last year. It does make total sense. And I'm not blaming Huck-Porty at all. I do think Ariel Huck-Porty is going to figure it out. And I do think he's going to be a really valuable member of this Knicks team. You could already see it. The man plays a lot like Isaiah Hartenstein, and it's just a matter of continuing to get Huck-Porty reps, and that will fix all the problems that we're currently noticing with this Knicks team. On top of that, we just also understand that Yabusele has been playing that center spot, something that Knicks fans are not loving, myself included. Now, he is getting 3 offensive rebounds per night, which is very impressive, but outside of that, there's not that much to like. I mean, the man's shooting 20% from the field, 14% from 3, putting up 1.7 points and 4 rebounds a night. He's just not doing what he did last season, and obviously it's 3 games. I'm not really concerned long term. I'm just saying that right now, at the 5 spot, there is some reasonable concern when Mitchell Robinson's not there, and if it comes around in the playoffs, this would be a serious issue that the Knicks are going to have to figure out a way to rectify. So that's what they're going to have to figure out how to do, but it does seem like we will see Mitchell Robinson play in the coming days, which is absolutely awesome. I cannot wait to watch Mitch play. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He is my favorite player on the Knicks. I really want the Knicks to draft him all the way back in 2018, and frankly, I was thrilled when they did. I really believed in him a ton, and I do continue to think that he is the X factor for the Knicks going forwards. Guys, what do you think? Is he this team's X factor? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video. Subscribe if you're enjoying all the content. This is not always my background. I've been in Airbnb for a couple weeks right now. On the road up in Canada for a little bit, as a lot of you guys know I do travel to sometimes or frequently. But let me know what you think about everything in the comments down below. Have a wonderful day, guys. Go Knicks. Even if I'm up in Canada where all these Blue Jays and Raptors fans are at, it's still Knicks territory. We run the NBA. We run the East.